This is director Yana Shun. So with this particular episode, we got a chance to see Monet basically back on her feet. I think another cool thing about this particular episode is being able to kind of see Golden Brooks come in. You don't really get to see her as often as we once did, from Girlfriends and saw them on some of your favorite shows. I thought that was pretty cool, and she fits the part uh, well. I liked the dynamics between her and Monet. You can definitely tell that she took one route and Monet took the other. But I like the fact that she doesn't necessarily judge Monet based off of the decisions that she make. Like she still guides in love. Uh, and I will say I did not expect her to have suspicion as early as she is having the suspicion about uh, Drew, Diana, and Kane when it comes to her getting shot. Um, I did, if you go back to episode one review, I did say that I think that she's going to overhear XYZ, and I did say that I think that she's going to suspect. I just didn't expect her to suspect this earlier on. I mean, it's only episode two, so I was shocked. I also said that Tariq wouldn't be the one that actually say, hey, it was Drew and Diana. I did not expect her and Tariq to get together this earlier on. Again, it's only episode two. I thought that was going to be, you know, pushed maybe around episode four or five, kind of like in the middle, so to speak. So I was pretty sure I can't talk. So I was pretty surprised that they had that particular encounter earlier on. I did like the fact that they kind of gave a little bit of who Monet and Lorenzo uh, were, or how she kind of stepped foot into the game, so to speak. I like the flashback of her in her younger years. And Kane was a baby, and Lorenzo, and kind of showing how she just really got tired of her situation and decided, you know what, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go get it. So with Effie, um, it's funny how we keep doing this. We try to get on the right path, or we try to transition to another phase, and it's like life always lifing. With her having to come and save Kane, with her having to kind of put on the back burner the interview that she was going to have at Stanfield, and have to step up to the plate and help Kane get out of the situation that he was in. It just goes back to kind of show you how the game will pull you back in. So, oh, let's talk about Effie. To me, Effie is like the female is a bit of the female version of Tariq. Uh, she's slick with it. She's able to always pull a rabbit out of the hat, and just in the nick of time. Just when you think that things are gonna go one way, she's kind of able to slither her way out of it. Is I think that her and Tariq both have the ability to I think her and Tariq both have the ability to use their wit. I think they both have the ability to use their wit and they're more than just, I guess, street smart. Uh, you can definitely tell that Effie has some smart in her, but you can also tell that she's used to having to play defense, which makes a great offense in her case, with being able to go to Norma and, you know, basically say, "Look, I'm doing the work. I want to cut." Yada yada whoop de whoop. And then the thing that her and Tariq both have is being able to see where that need is, and then finessing the situation to meet that need so that it actually helps them reach whatever mission that it is that they personally have. Dope. And then not only that, like she went and made sure she had her homework together. This is who your daughter is. This is what your daughter need, and this is how I can help you. And this is the reason why you need me just as much as I need you. So like you can't help but respect it. Like you can't help but respect it. I will say that this episode didn't really give me a whole lot of excitement or wow factor as the first episode coming in. As the first episode when we jump straight back into this whole power book, but I do like the way that it's unfolding and unraveling. I can't wait to see the next episode because I think that's gonna put me back at the edge of my seat as the first episode did. I think this episode was more so began to peel back, a little bit of the banana peel, and I think the next episode is going to be the one that really, really hits harder. Uh, First off, when Tariq went to go check on his mama, and that old man came around there, I knew he wasn't gonna be able to just leave it like that. No matter what it is, Tasha said, like, I knew there was no way that he was just gonna be able to leave that all fine, will, and dandy. I knew he was gonna have to make sure that he saw that man so that man know, look, stop playing, don't play with my mama. This ain't what you want. Yada yada do. I knew that he wasn't gonna back off. When it comes to Mom Dukes, he was gonna make sure that he made his presence felt. Now I can't wait to the next episode because I got a feeling that Tariq and Monet are gonna go pay Kate a visit, and that's when it's really, really gonna get good. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. That's finna hit the fan, and I'm gonna be right there with my umbrella. Matter of fact, I might not even have my umbrella because I just want it to fall on me as well. All right, so let's go back to Davis. Um, is it? I feel like I will probably be repeating myself from the first episode, but Davis is a real one. Do you hear me? He's a real for the cop to come in, which is Michael Ealy, and for him to try to play Davis like he's not a real one, and like you want this man to just give you his clients and talking about you have these people that's gonna basically strip him from practicing law and all these things. And Davis, what he do? He never ever folds. And I hope that they stay in this pocket when it comes to Davis. Like I hope he's able to continue to basically stay 10 toes down. End up the situation with Norma and the Russian by just pulling up. Like Can we discuss that? That was crazy to me. And you just took this medicine, and then she faints, and then she faints. Like, and so Brayden family basically have lost their money. The school taking down the Western Library, or the name of the Western Library. I thought it was cool the way Tariq finessed being able to get his car back. I got a little tickle on that one because I honestly I thought that he was gonna get old buddy to sell. Uh, you know, I thought he was gonna try to set up a situation to where he's already looking to get back into the game, even though he already know that Norma has told him if she catch him doing yada yada whoop the whoop that she was gonna do yada yada whoop the whoop to him. And it hadn't even been a week, and this boy has been already tapped right back into it. First off, what I did not understand is how you gonna take the car back and you know this man already know what school you go to, where you be at, and all that. So I suspect that he's gonna come up there to the campus and it's gonna be that whole looking for Tariq type of thing. But I also wouldn't be surprised if Tariq didn't do it on purpose to kind of bring him to him, so to speak, and then be like, yo, but I can do da 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 da. I don't know. I can't really quite figure out what exactly beyond just getting the car back made him hit old buddy. And maybe that's the only thing that made him hit him, but I'm just wondering if there's another play or another angle, because it always seems like there's another play and another angle when it comes to Tariq, which is one of the reasons why I actually like him. Mm, I do not see Tasha staying in this witness program now that she has an inkling that Tariq may be in trouble. My spidey senses is saying that she's not going to be able to just sit on that feeling. I think she's going to be willing to risk it all, even though she only has one more time before they kick her out of this witness protection. But I think at the end of the day, she really don't care about none of that. Even though she told him, go ahead, go away, yada yada yada. I think if she started getting this gut feeling that she need to go save her baby, that's all that's gonna matter to her. She did it once, she done it twice, and I think she'll do it again. Oh, how did I forget that Norma's right hand man get caught up with the detective, which is played by Michael Ealy, off of those passports and having to go down to the precinct. So I'm curious to see how Norma handles that. I don't see him folding, or at least not folding that easily. So I'm curious to see when Norma start showing her suspicion and when she flips on him. Of course, not with the cops, but along the lines of trying to kill him or something along that lines. I do feel like that's gonna come. Speaking of that, I'm curious to see what this whole situation that she seems to be initiating with Kane, because I'm like, she asks him if he wants to drink, and she sends old buddy off, which is when old buddy get picked up by the detective. So I'm like, I'm wondering if this is a setup for Kane when she's letting Kane sit there for a moment, or because the way that I don't know, I'm curious to see how that whole situation. But yeah, that's all I have to share. Like I said, this episode it didn't really keep me on my toes like the first episode, but I think this was just really giving a little bit more context and introducing certain new characters and building on the story a little bit. So uh, I appreciate the episode, but this episode didn't really hit me like episode one. But I feel like episode three is gonna hit me like episode one did. So I cannot wait. But uh, let me know how do you think this is gonna unfold when it comes to Norma and Kane, and then and then with Russian basically telling uh letting it be known that he only want to deal with Effie. So now Effie finna have a little bit more, well, a whole lot more leverage when it comes to Norma. So I can't wait for that. I'm team like I'm liking Effie. Oh, and Diana pregnant. So she must be a she must. It's like who is she pregnant by? So it's gotta be old buddy that was acting like a cop, low key, who go to the school, which it's like I don't really. I still feel like he low key undercover. I'm not sure, but I don't trust him whatsoever. So I'm like, is that the baby daddy? But it seems like he been gone for so long, so I don't see how that would be her baby daddy. But you haven't really seen her with anybody else, so that's interesting. But anyway, which scene out of this episode two was your favorite scene, and how do you think things are gonna unfold when it comes to next week episode? And yeah, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like all that type of stuff. And thank you for watching. Again, this is Director Yana Shun. And until next time, you and your family continue to do just fine.